HOA demanded my ID and threatened eviction. I wasn't even part of their HOA. I was walking back to my house one quiet evening when a woman I'd never met before stepped directly into my path. She had a clipboard, that tight smile, and the confidence of someone who thought they had power. She said, "Excuse me, I'm with the HOA. I need to see your ID now." I laughed a little, thinking she was joking. She wasn't. She told me there had been complaints about my property, and if I didn't cooperate, she could start the eviction process immediately. That's when I realized this was a full-blown HOA Karen. I calmly asked her which HOA she was talking about. She rolled her eyes and said, "This community, obviously." So I asked a simple question. "Can you show me any document proving my house is part of your HOA?" Her smile vanished. Instead of answering, she doubled down. She said refusing to show ID was a violation. She said she'd call enforcement. She said she could have me removed from my own home. Neighbors had started watching by now. I told her very clearly, "I don't belong to your HOA. I never have." She laughed and said, "Everyone here belongs to the HOA." That's when I pulled out my phone. I opened my property records. My deed, the original development map. Turns out my house was built before the HOA even existed. My property was legally excluded permanently. I handed her the phone. She stared at the screen. Scrolled again. Her face went pale. She tried to say it must be outdated. Then she tried to say she'd check with the board. Then she said this conversation was over. But the damage was done. A neighbor asked, "Wait, so she can't evict you?" Another neighbor asked, "Then why is she demanding IDs from people?" That's when Karen realized she wasn't in control anymore. She walked away without another word. A week later, I got an apology letter from the HOA board, not because they felt bad, but because they were terrified of a lawsuit. Turns out I wasn't the only one she'd threatened. And after that, she was quietly removed from her position. So yeah, she demanded my ID. She threatened eviction. But she forgot one important thing. You can't evict someone from an HOA they were never part of in the first place.